It's a typical Thursday night at Tulane, and Max and I open up our usual bottle of admittedly mediocre wine, when instead of relaxing, we pondered the destiny of that bottle. How many glass bottles had we sent to our landfills? How many glass bottles are sent to our landfills every single year? It turns out in America, 28 billion glass bottles and jars are sent to our landfills every single year.
And on top of this already seemingly insurmountable problem, we discovered that Louisiana currently ranks 50th in the country for sustainability and for recycling.
Where some might see an intractable problem, we sensed an opportunity.
What if we could divert that glass from those landfills and transform it into something for our coast and for our communities?
Turns out you can. At Glass Half Full, we are reimagining recycling as an inclusive movement to build community and benefit our planet. We recycle New Orleans' glass into sand and cull it to be used for disaster relief, eco-construction, new glass products, and eventually coastal restoration. Louisiana has the largest increase in flood risk of any state over the next 30 years. And as I'm sure you've heard, we lose an average of 100 yards of land every 100 minutes due to coastal erosion. And those barrier islands and marshlands that we're losing are our first line of defense when a storm hits our state. It is imperative that we work to rebuild those crucial protective measures. Moreover, those most at risk in our city of flooding are low-income communities of color. Sandbags provide a crucial last line of defense to protect those homes. And access to sandbags in New Orleans, free of cost, are limited.
And we realized that we didn't have time to wait, so we jumped into action. Glass Half Full provides free glass recycling drop-off for all Louisianians 3 days a week, as well as a door-to-door pickup service for residents and businesses. Altogether, we divert over 30,000 pounds of glass from Louisiana landfills every week. And once at our warehouse, we crush that glass down into fine beach-like sand that can be used over and over and over again to solve a whole host of other challenges. Yeah, so we're here in our 40,000 square foot warehouse and processing facility. In the front, folks are coming from all over Louisiana to drop off their glass. We collect that glass. Step number one is, diverting it from our landfills. And once we actually receive that glass in our warehouse, we'll bring it all the way back to the facility where we'll crush it down. From there, we sift it based on 5 different sizes. So we'll have our most fine. It's, a lot like flour, baby powder. It's porous and permeable, so water can actually go through it, which makes it really, really good for irrigation and agriculture. Our main focus is disaster relief. Our long-term endgame is coastal restoration and working to address the coastal erosion crisis in our state. We aim to provide a sustainable alternative to combat that that doesn't require dredging or mining, or taking it from our environment, but instead diverting something that would go to our landfills and using it every day for things over and over and over again.
Glass Half Full started in late January of 2020 in a backyard. By August of that year, we had moved into a 40,000 square foot warehouse. In the last 6 months, we launched a residential pickup program servicing 700 residents across New Orleans. We hired 6 employees, and we launched a business pickup program servicing 12 businesses in the city. During hurricane season, we were able to provide free sandbags to anyone who needed them. And to date, we have diverted 1 million pounds of glass from our landfills.
To jumpstart our short-term goals, we crowdfunded over $100,000. But our long-term goal was always to ensure that glass recycling in New Orleans was here to stay for the long term. By October of 2020, we began augmenting a subscription model with paid door-to-door residential pickup service. Over those last 6 months, we've increased revenue by 65% month over month, and by March of 2021, we became cash sustainable. With our projections, by 2022, these subscriptions alone will enable us to expand our business sustainably, creating local, green jobs right here in New Orleans. Simply put, we're growing through earned revenue in a manner that will allow the impact and reach of Glass Half Full to expand in lockstep. Additionally, our business model works by generating revenue on both the front end through paid pickup service and on the back end through the sale of sand and cullet. This approach enables us to provide free products and services to all New Orleanians, such as sandbags in preparation for hurricanes. Ultimately, as we refine our processes and expand our reach, we aspire to divert millions of pounds of glass from our landfills while generating enough sand to make a meaningful impact on our state's coastal restoration projects.
Through sweat equity and community generosity, we've bootstrapped our way to a sustainable model. But with hurricane season fast approaching, we see an opportunity to turn your mediocre wine into sandbags to protect the most vulnerable in our city. With our current process, we can fill sandbags at about 30 bags an hour. However, by winning this pitch competition, we will be able to invest in the machinery required to fill 30 sandbags in a minute, increasing our output 60-fold. Now, we know we'll get there eventually, but with this investment into machinery now, we will be able to make an impact for this hurricane season.
And tonight, we'll probably open another bottle of mediocre wine, but at least it'll be guilt-free. Despite a global pandemic and little funding, Glass Half Full transformed a system that lacked accountability into a transparent process that benefits the people doing the actual recycling. Recyclers see firsthand the fruits of their recycling. They can see, touch, and feel it every time they come and drop glass off. This newfound transparency makes recyclers question their consumption habits and imagine the ways in which the broader recycling system must change.
So drink up, New Orleans. Let's show the world that we can be a leader in sustainability.